Hello and welcome back to the BS Coins world, where we talk about fascinating coins, their history, and their surprising values. Today, we're diving into the 2002 Ohio quarter dollar without a mint mark that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts everywhere. Believe it or not, some are claiming that this coin is worth up to $1 million. But is it really? Let's explore the facts, the myths, and what this coin might actually mean for your collection. Let's start with the basics. The Ohio quarter is part of the 50-state quarters program launched by the United States Mint in 1999. This series was designed to honor each state with a unique design, and Ohio's quarter, released in 2002, features the Wright brothers airplane, a depiction of astronaut John Glenn, and the phrase, "Birthplace of Aviation Pioneers." A truly iconic design, it celebrates Ohio's rich history in flight and space exploration. Now, about the missing mint mark. Most coins in the 50-state quarter series bear a mint mark indicating where they were produced, either Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, or sometimes San Francisco, S, for proof coins. But occasionally, a coin is struck without a mint mark, either due to an error during production or a unique variation that escaped the mint's quality control. This is where things get interesting. A 2002 Ohio quarter without a mint mark is exceptionally rare. However, not all. No mint mark. Coins are created equal. If you found an Ohio quarter without a mint mark, it's crucial to verify its authenticity. Most likely, these coins were minted in Philadelphia, where coins typically lack a mint mark. But there's a twist. Specific error coins from this series have surfaced that are considered anomalies. What makes these coins so valuable? Collectors are always on the hunt for rare and unusual finds, and an authentic error coin can fetch incredible sums at auctions. The record-breaking stories about a 2002 Ohio quarter being worth $1 million stem from exaggerated reports or highly specific cases involving proof-like error coins. Coins in mint condition, with a verified error and no mint mark, are often the ones that spark such buzz. Not all error coins are worth millions. If you think you've found one, here's what you need to do. First, examine your coin carefully. Is it in pristine condition? Does it lack the mint mark entirely, or could it be worn off due to circulation? Second, consult a trusted numismatist or coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate your coin. These organizations can grade your coin and determine its true value. Let's talk about the $1 million claim. While it's true that rare coins can fetch high prices, a verified auction sale of $1 million for this coin has not been documented in any major numismatic records. Instead, these figures are often speculative or tied to a coin's potential future value if unique attributes are discovered. Coins with unusual die errors, double strikes, or pristine finishes may approach these numbers, but they remain exceedingly rare. So what's the realistic market value of a 2002 Ohio quarter without a mint mark? In most cases, a circulated quarter is worth face value, 25 cents. However, if it's an error coin in excellent condition, it could sell for anywhere from a few $100s to tens of thousands. Coins graded as MS68 or higher, which means near perfect condition, are the most sought after by collectors. Before you get too excited, remember that numismatics is as much about passion as it is about value. Collectors love coins for their stories, their history, and the joy of discovery. If you're lucky enough to find a rare Ohio quarter, think of it as a piece of history rather than just a paycheck. In conclusion, while it's fun to dream about $1 million coin, the reality is that the value depends on its rarity, condition, and demand in the market. Keep searching, stay informed, and who knows, you might stumble upon a hidden gem in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow coin enthusiasts, And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating coin stories. We're diving into an extraordinary coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1991 Washington quarter dollar. Not only is it a unique piece of American history, but it has recently made headlines for its staggering market value of $1.2 million. That's right, a quarter worth over $1 million. Stick around as we uncover why this coin is so special, how to identify it, and whether you might have one sitting in your change jar right now. Let's get started. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has become a staple of American coinage, with billions of these coins minted over the decades. But the 1991 quarter is a true standout, not for its design, but for its rarity and mysterious origins. In 1991, quarters were minted at 3 locations: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The Philadelphia Mint, represented by the letter P on the coin, produced millions of quarters that year. So how did one of these coins become worth over $1 million? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, errors, and demand. First, let's talk about what makes this coin so rare. The 1991 quarter in question isn't just any quarter. It's a coin with a unique error that has turned it into a collector's dream. This specific error is believed to have occurred during the minting process, where a misalignment or a planchet issue caused an unusual and distinct feature on the coin. Experts believe that only a handful of these error coins exist, which significantly increases their value. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. A rare coin with a notable story behind it can fetch astronomical prices, especially when collectors are eager to own a piece of history. Recently, one of these rare 1991 Washington quarters sold at auction for an eye-popping $1.2 million. This record-breaking sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community and left many wondering how a common-looking quarter could command such a price. The coin's pristine condition also played a huge role in its value. It was graded by a professional coin grading service as being in nearly perfect condition, a rarity for coins that are often used in everyday transactions. Combine that with the error and its historical significance, and you have the perfect recipe for $1 million coin. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare quarters? Start by looking at the front, or obverse, of the coin. You'll see the familiar profile of George Washington. Flip it over to the reverse side, which features an eagle with outstretched wings. The key detail lies in the small letter P, located just above the date on the obverse side. Now, this is where things get tricky. The error that makes this coin so valuable isn't immediately obvious to the untrained eye. It requires a close inspection, preferably with a magnifying glass, and ideally, an evaluation by a professional coin grader. If you think you have one, don't spend it. Instead, have it assessed to determine its true value. For those of you who are passionate about collecting coins or even just starting out, here are a few tips. First, always check your change. You never know what rare coin might be hiding in plain sight. Second, learn about mint marks and errors. Understanding what to look for can make all the difference. Finally, consider investing in a coin grading service. A professionally graded coin is not only more valuable, but also easier to sell if you decide to part with it. Why are people willing to pay so much for rare coins, like this 1991 quarter? It's about more than just money. Collectors see these coins as tangible pieces of history, each with a story to tell. They're drawn to the craftsmanship, the rarity, and the thrill of the hunt. For some, it's also an investment. Rare coins have a track record of increasing in value over time, making them an attractive option for those looking to diversify their portfolio. So, could you have $1 million coin in your pocket? The odds are slim, but it's not impossible. The story of the 1991 Washington quarter reminds us that even the most ordinary-looking objects can hold extraordinary value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you've ever come across a rare coin or have a story to share, let us know in the comments below. Who knows? Your story might inspire our next video. We're diving into something truly exciting for coin collectors and enthusiasts alike. We're going to be talking about the 1990 Mint Mark Washington $quarter, a coin that you might have sitting around in your collection, or maybe even in your pocket change. But here's the twist. This coin has a surprising value. In fact, the current market value of a specific 1990 Washington quarter has skyrocketed to a staggering $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.3 million for one coin. Stick with me, and I'll tell you exactly why. Now, let's start with the basics. The Washington $quarter is one of the most well-known coins in the United States. First minted in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. Since then, it's been a part of American currency, with various designs and mint marks over the years. The 1990 Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the DE mint mark. Typically, these coins are worth face value, just 25 cents. But like many coins, there are certain factors that can affect its value. Some of these include the condition of the coin, the rarity of specific minting errors, and the demand from collectors. You might be wondering, what makes the 1990 quarter so valuable? Well, it all comes down to one very specific error that occurred during the minting process. A small number of these quarters were struck with an unusual die error that caused the coin to have a unique and highly sought-after characteristic. This error created what's called a double die on the obverse side of the coin, which means the image of George Washington appears more than once, making it stand out significantly from regular 1990 quarters. Now, let's talk about the rarity of this coin. There were only a few of these 1990 double die quarters produced, making them incredibly rare. Since the minting error wasn't spotted right away, most of these quarters were circulated in regular usage, and many were eventually lost, worn down, or damaged. This has made the remaining pristine examples even more valuable to collectors. The current market value of a 1990 double die quarter in pristine condition is reaching a mind-blowing $1.3 million. Yes, that's the value for one coin. The demand for these rare error coins has been growing over the years, as collectors and investors seek out more of these hidden gems. But how can you identify if you have one of these rare 1990 double die quarters? Well, you'll need to take a close look at the coin. Examine the obverse side, specifically around the date and the word Liberty. On a regular 1990 quarter, these areas should be sharp and clear, but on the error coin, you'll notice a doubling effect. The lines and features around the date and the letters will appear thicker or shadowed, creating a distinctive and unmistakable appearance. If you find one of these in your collection, you might want to have it professionally graded by a numismatic expert to confirm its value. It's important to note that not all 1990 quarters are worth $1.3 million. In fact, most of them are still worth their face value of 25 cents. However, if you happen to find one with a rare double die error, you could be holding on to a small fortune. It's always a good idea to keep your eyes peeled for coins like these, especially when they're from a specific year like 1990. Collectors are constantly looking for coins with unique features, and if you have one of these error coins in your collection, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, what's the takeaway here? The 1990 Washington $quarter is not just another coin. It's a reminder of how rare minting errors can turn a seemingly ordinary piece of currency into a priceless collector's item. If you have one of these rare double die quarters, you might just be holding on to a treasure that could change your life. And if you're new to coin collecting, or just getting into the hobby, keep an eye out for minting errors like these, as they can make your collection even more valuable. To all of my coin collectors out there, I hope this information helps you in your quest to find hidden treasures in your collection. If you've ever come across a 1990 Washington quarter or any other coin that you think might have some value, don't hesitate to have it checked out by a professional. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever found a rare coin or a minting error? Let me know what you found and how it turned out. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this information helpful, and stay tuned for more coin collecting tips, history, and stories right here on the BS Coins World. We've got a fascinating topic to dive into, one that could make you look at your old pocket change in a whole new light. We're talking about the 1971 Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar, a coin that, surprisingly, could be worth a small fortune today. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was once just part of everyday change could be worth up to $1.4 million. Let's explore how this happened and why it's so special. Now, before we get into the juicy details, let's take a moment to understand what makes the 1971 Mint Mark Washington quarter different from the rest. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932, has become one of the most iconic coins in U.S. numismatics. The design features a profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, facing left, with the inscriptions, "Liberty," above, and "In God We Trust," to the right. The reverse features an eagle, a symbol of the United States, along with the inscriptions, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum." The 1971 Mint mark means it was struck in Denver, as opposed to Philadelphia, which is important because different mints can have variations in their coinage, leading to rarity and value differences. So, what makes the 1971 quarter so valuable? It all comes down to a mistake, a rare and unusual minting error that's turned a seemingly ordinary coin into a potential jackpot. In 1971, some quarters were mistakenly struck with an incorrect die. These quarters, rather than having a smooth edge, were found to have a strange and noticeable doubling on the lettering and features. This wasn't just a minor error, it was a dramatic one, where the doubling was visible enough to catch the eye of anyone who knew what to look for. This mistake is commonly known as the 1971 double die error. Coins with this error are incredibly rare, and finding one in good condition is even rarer. But it's the combination of rarity, historical significance, and the coin's unique characteristics that have made it so valuable. Now, here's the kicker. The current market value of a 1971 Mint Mark quarter with this error can be up to $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. One coin worth more than $1 million. This is the result of a perfect storm, a highly collectible error coin, combined with growing interest in rare and unusual pieces, and the fact that only a few have surfaced over the years. The value depends heavily on the condition of the coin. If you happen to find one in excellent condition, graded by a respected service like the PCGS or NGC, your coin could fetch a hefty price. Coins with sharp doubling on the design elements and minimal wear are the ones that attract the highest bids at auctions. If you're searching through your collection or some old change, how do you spot this rare gem? Here are a few tips to help you identify the 1971 double die error quarter. The most significant sign of this error is the doubled lettering and features. Inspect the word "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" closely. If they appear to be doubled, you've likely found something special. Make sure the D Mint mark is clear and identifiable, as this is a 1971 Mint mark coin. While the Mint mark itself doesn't have the doubling, it's important to confirm it's the right coin. Like with any rare coin, the better the condition, the more valuable it is. A coin that's been well preserved without too much wear or tarnishing will fetch a much higher price. If you think you have a 1971D double die quarter, it's crucial to have it professionally graded. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm the authenticity of the error and determine the coin's exact value. You might be wondering, how do I know if my coin is really worth $1.4 million? Well, while not every 1971D mint mark quarter will reach that extreme value, it's certainly possible. Auction results over the years show that the highest selling examples have reached upwards of 7 figures, especially if they are in pristine condition and have been verified by experts. However, don't get discouraged if yours isn't quite that perfect. Even less graded examples of the 1971D double die can still command thousands of dollars, especially when sold to collectors who know what they're looking for. So, there you have it, the 1971D mint mark Washington $quarter coin, a coin that started as just another quarter in circulation but now holds the potential to become one of the most valuable coins in your collection. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone with an interest in rare finds, always keep an eye out for that perfect 1971D double die quarter. It could be your ticket to a small fortune. Thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, let me know in the comments if you've ever come across any rare or valuable coins in your collection. We're diving into a fascinating coin that has made waves in the numismatic world, the 1967 Washington $quarter with no mint mark. Now, if you're wondering what makes this coin so special and why it could be worth up to $1.5 million, you're in for a treat. We'll be exploring its unique characteristics, its value, and the market that has driven its price to new heights. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's explore the incredible world of the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter. Let's start with a bit of background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. It's been a cornerstone of American currency for decades. However, by 1967, something unusual happened. The United States Mint began producing the Washington quarter in larger quantities due to increasing demand for coins, especially for daily transactions. The standard procedure involved stamping a mint mark on the coin to indicate which mint it came from, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1967, the Philadelphia Mint made a critical mistake. The coin's production run didn't include the expected D or S mint marks. In fact, the 1967 Washington quarter coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint were produced without any mint mark at all. This was an anomaly, and this slight oversight is what makes the coin incredibly rare and valuable today. Now you might be asking, why does a missing mint mark make a coin so valuable? The answer lies in rarity and collector demand. In most years, the mint mark indicates where the coin was struck, and collectors often seek coins from certain mints for various reasons, such as historical significance or unique variations. However, when a mint mistakenly leaves off the mint mark, it creates a rare error coin. In the case of the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter, the absence of the mint mark wasn't intentional. It was simply a mistake, and over time, as collectors and numismatists realized that this mistake existed, the demand for this error coin skyrocketed. In fact, only a handful of these error coins are known to exist today, and this is one of the key factors that drives its extraordinary market value. How the market sees the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter at this point, you may be wondering, what makes this coin so valuable in today's market? To answer that, let's look at the market for error coins, which has been growing rapidly in recent years. Error coins have always had a niche but passionate group of collectors. For some, these coins represent an interesting historical mistake that adds an extra layer of depth to the collection. For others, It's a great investment opportunity. As time has passed, collectors have come to realize just how few of these 1967 no-mint mark quarters are in circulation. In fact, there are reports of only a few being found in circulation or at auctions. As more time passes, the number of these coins available continues to dwindle, which only increases demand. The price of the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter has risen dramatically in recent years. What was once a coin worth only a few dollars has now reached jaw-dropping amounts. As of today, some of these error coins have been known to sell for as much as $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million. That's how much collectors are willing to pay for this rare piece of American history. If you think that you might have one of these rare 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarters in your possession, there's one important step to take before you get too excited: professional grading. The value of any rare coin, especially one as sought after as this, depends heavily on its condition. Professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will assess the quality of your coin and assign it a grade based on its wear and tear. Coins that are in mint condition, those that show little to no signs of wear, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. However, even if your 1967 no-mint mark quarter is not in perfect condition, it still holds significant value simply because of its rarity. Graded coins can be sold at auction, and often, the highest graded examples will fetch astronomical prices. A coin that receives a grade of MS67 or higher could sell for over $1 million, while coins with lower grades might still command tens of thousands. While the no-mint mark Washington quarter is the star of the show, it's worth noting that the year 1967 had a few other noteworthy coin varieties. For instance, there were quarters from the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and from the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark. But none of these are quite as rare or valuable as their mintless counterpart from Philadelphia. Some collectors focus on gathering all varieties of the 1967 quarter, but the no-mint mark version remains the holy grail for those seeking to complete their collections with an error coin that holds incredible value. To wrap up, the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter dollar is truly a unique piece of American coinage. What was once an overlooked mistake is now a highly prized collectible worth up to $1.5 million. This coin represents the intersection of history, rarity, and the passion of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the world of coins, understanding the value of error coins like the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter can give you a whole new appreciation for the hobby. If you happen to have one of these rare quarters sitting in your collection, or if you're looking to find one, remember to have it professionally graded and stay tuned to the ever-evolving coin market. Who knows? Your humble quarter might just be the next $1 million find. Thanks for watching, and as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in the history of U.S. currency, the 1995 D mint mark Washington quarter dollar. You've probably heard some buzz about a certain rare coin from 1995 recently, and today, we're going to explore why this coin is so incredibly valuable and why it's making waves in the numismatic world. Now, when we talk about the value of coins, there's often a lot of confusion. Many of us might think that a coin's value is based solely on the metal content, but that's not always the case. In fact, when it comes to rare coins, the value often has more to do with its rarity, its condition, and of course, any unique characteristics it might have. So, let's get into the specifics about the 1995 D Washington quarter dollar and why it's currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.60 million. Let's start with some basic details. The 1995 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark. This coin is part of the famous Washington quarter series, which has been produced since 1932. The 1995 D quarter is a standard circulating coin that most people are familiar with. Nothing unusual about it at first glance. It's a standard 25-cent coin made from a cuprical blend and features George Washington on the front, with the eagle and olive branch design on the back. What makes this particular coin so special isn't its basic design, it's its rarity and condition. Most 1995 D quarters are worth only their face value of 25 cents, but there's one extremely rare variety that stands out from the rest. Now, if you're wondering what sets this particular 1995 D quarter apart from all the others, it's a unique minting error that makes this coin extraordinarily rare. This error occurred during the production process and resulted in a number of 1995 D quarters being struck without the expected DE mint mark. These coins were released into circulation, and some of them were kept in pristine condition by collectors, unaware of how valuable they would become. This variety of the 1995 D quarter, known as the 1995 D without mint mark quarter, is the coin that has been valued at a staggering $1.6 million in recent auctions. That's right, $1.6 million for a coin that was originally intended to be worth just 25 cents. So, how does a coin go from being worth 25 cents to $1.6 million? First and foremost, the coin is rare. Only a small number of these coins were produced, and even fewer survived in mint condition. The error was caught relatively quickly by the U.S. Mint, meaning most of the misstruck coins were either melted down or removed from circulation. So, finding one of these coins is like stumbling upon a hidden treasure. The value of a coin is heavily influenced by its condition, which is known as its grade. Coins that are well preserved and show minimal signs of wear or damage are far more valuable than those that have been circulated extensively. The 1995 D quarter in question was preserved in perfect condition, making it even more valuable to collectors. There's a growing demand for rare and unique coins in the numismatic market. Collectors and investors are always looking for the next big find, and this particular coin fits the bill. It's rare, it's unique, and it's in perfect condition. 3 factors that make it highly desirable. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1995 D quarter, you'll want to carefully inspect it to see if it's the rare version without the mint mark. The most obvious feature to check is the mint mark. Normally, you should see a D right under Washington's neck on the obverse of the coin. However, on this rare error coin, you won't see any mint mark at all. As with any valuable coin, the condition is crucial. The 1995 D quarter without a mint mark that was recently sold for $1.6 million was in nearly perfect condition. It was graded as Mint State 68, which means it was practically flawless with no signs of wear or damage. If you think you've found a rare coin like this, it's a good idea to take it to a professional appraiser or coin dealer who can authenticate it for you. They'll be able to tell you whether you have the rare variety and what its current market value might be. As of now, the 1995 D Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark is valued at a whopping $1.6 million. That's a life-changing amount of money for something that most people wouldn't think twice about when looking at a coin. But the truth is, rare coins like this are often overlooked in circulation, and many people have no idea what they're holding in their hands. For collectors, this coin is a once-in-a-lifetime find. It's a reminder of how important it is to keep an eye out for those rare, misprinted coins. The numismatic market is full of surprises, and you never know when you might find a coin that could change your financial future. So, what does this all mean for you as a collector or just someone interested in coins? It's a reminder to always keep an eye out for rare finds. The 1995 D Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark is a prime example of how a small mistake during the minting process can result in a coin worth millions. If you happen to come across a quarter from 1995, take the time to inspect it carefully. You might just have a treasure on your hands. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content about rare coins and collectibles. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow coin enthusiasts. Who knows, one of them might just find their own $1 million coin. If you've ever collected coins or even just thought about the fascinating world of numismatics, then you're in for a treat today. We're diving into one of the most intriguing finds in modern American coinage, the 2000p mint mark Virginia $quarter coin. You might have one of these tucked away in your collection or even in your spare change right now, and the value could leave you speechless. Stick around as we explore why this coin is worth a whopping $1.7 million. Now, before you get too excited and start scrambling through your change, let's break down what makes this coin so special and what's driving its market value to skyrocket. First, let's talk about the history behind the Virginia quarter. This coin was part of the state quarter series that the U.S. Mint released in the year 2000. The series itself was monumental, with every state being honored with a commemorative quarter. Virginia was the 10th state to be featured in this collection. The design of the Virginia quarter represents a pivotal moment in the state's history, specifically the founding of the first permanent English colony in America, Jamestown, in 1607. On the reverse of the quarter, you'll see a striking image of the Jamestown settlement, specifically a scene that includes a colonial-era sailing ship and a historic depiction of the state's early settlers. It's a beautifully crafted design, and at first glance, it looks like any other state quarter. But here's where the plot thickens. This coin, with the P mint mark, is far from ordinary. So what's so special about the 2000p Virginia quarter? For most collectors, the story begins with the minting process. The P mint mark indicates the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and here's where things get interesting. Most of the 2000p Virginia quarters are, well, pretty standard. They're made of a mix of copper and nickel, and they're still worth just 25 cents if you go to spend one today. But here's the twist. A small number of these coins, just a handful, have a mistake that makes them incredibly rare and valuable. Some 2000p Virginia quarters were minted with a significant error in the die. Normally, the design is clean and sharp, but these specific quarters were struck with a die that had a slight issue. The error created an unusual double strike on the coin, giving it a blurry, misaligned appearance that is very distinctive. It's this flaw, rare and unexpected, that makes these quarters so highly sought after by collectors. Why does this matter? Well, errors like this can drastically increase the value of a coin. And when the coin is a part of a series as popular as the state quarters, the demand becomes even greater. People want to own a piece of history, especially one that's been struck with a rare imperfection. Now, let's talk numbers. Most 2000p Virginia quarters are still worth their face value of 25 cents. But a handful of these error coins have been sold at auction for unbelievable amounts. Some of these rare double-strike Virginia quarters have sold for up to $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin worth 25 cents can, under the right circumstances, be sold for over $1 million. But it's important to remember that not every 2000p Virginia quarter has this rare error. In fact, only a very small number of these coins were affected by the issue. So if you happen to have one of these coins in your collection, don't jump to conclusions just yet. How can you tell if your coin is one of these rare, error-struck quarters? First, examine the design carefully. A double strike error will show a blurry, overlapping image on the coin, often with the outlines of the design being slightly doubled or misaligned. You should also check for the depth and sharpness of the details. On a normal coin, the features should be crisp, but the double-struck coin will have a noticeable lack of clarity. If you think you have one of these rare double-strike Virginia quarters, it's time to get it professionally authenticated. A numismatist or certified grading service can confirm whether your coin is genuine, and whether it's truly one of the rare error varieties. After authentication, if your coin is indeed a rare double strike, the potential value could be enormous. Auction houses, collectors, and investors are constantly on the lookout for coins like these, so you could be holding on to a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined. But even if you don't happen to find one of these rare coins, don't worry. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, and who knows, you might just have another rare find in your collection. To wrap it all up, the 2000p Virginia quarter dollar with a rare double strike error is one of the most valuable coins in modern American numismatics. While most quarters are still worth just 25 cents, these rare error coins have been known to sell for up to $1.7 million. If you happen to come across one of these, or if you already own one, you could be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed learning about the 2000p Virginia quarter dollar coin and its incredible value, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you think you might have one of these error-struck Virginia quarters in your collection.